There are empty places in our bones that call out for something unknown. Nothing a few fun facts can't fix.
There are few who deny it. What I do, I am the best.
This 1993 classic grabbed our hearts as strongly as it sent chills down our spines. Hailed as one of the best stop-motion films in the history of animation, the tale of Jack Skellington and his attempts to bring Christmas to the world of Halloween Town charmed audiences and film critics alike with its clever blend of spooks and holiday cheer. But of course, like with any film, there's more to it than meets the eye. The events leading up to the film's inception and various pre- and post-production tidbits make this for one exciting story. It makes sense when you find out that the higher-ups at Disney were initially hesitant about the film's content, deeming it too scary for the kids and forcing its original release to fall under the Touchstone Pictures brand. Oh, how times have changed. It's funny to think about, since some parts of the movie were originally going to be even darker. Those who hate the creepy crawlies won't enjoy this one in particular. The sequence where Jack confronts Oogie Boogie was originally planned to have a scene where the bugs inside Oogie's body would attack Jack, as if the final cut wasn't already gross enough. As for our main man, Skeleton, Mr. Jack himself, he was going to have a much more menacing intro during the famous This Is Halloween segment, as an early script envisioned him riding on a dark undead horse. If only it ended there. Others, like the main director Henry Selick, had different, shall we say morbid, ideas that would also get scrapped. One of them was especially twisted, as the director wanted to poke a little fun at producer Tim Burton. In one of the film's final shots, vampires are seen playing hockey during Christmas in Halloween Town. Fans and viewers with good memories might recall that the puck in question was a pumpkin. But Selick initially wanted to take it up a notch and have Tim Burton's decapitated head as the puck. We don't think there's any need to explain why this concept was scrapped for a kids movie of all things. In hindsight, it's kind of fitting. Selick would later be quoted as saying that it's a little unfair that Burton gets all the credit. In fact, most people probably don't know that Burton only had a role as a producer. That's not to downplay his role, however. After all, Tim Burton was the creative mind behind most, if not all, of those amazing and iconic characters. Weird to think that there were only 3 at the start though. Oh, what's that? You didn't know? Indeed, the original poem that Tim Burton wrote and based the film upon only had 3 characters: Jack, Santa, and the adorable little Zero. Aside from the minimal number of characters, the story itself started out as a much shorter draft before the eventual rewrite. But wait, there's also something else. The character of Sally, Jack's love interest, had no real major role at first, with most of her story being a last phase addition. Screenwriter Carolyn Thompson was given 2 sketches by Tim Burton, with the original design for Sally being far more, let's say risque for a children's movie, with a buxom figure and a slightly perverse spiral dress included. Lest we forget to mention her beady eyes, slender neck, and small skull, which were toned down in the movie. There's one other creepy aspect to Sally that rears its little head once in a while, and it's thanks to fan theories. There's a popular one among fans of the franchise, which interprets each monster as an allegory to the way they might have died, assuming they lived as humans in the past. Sally in particular goes from being a Frankenstein reference to something much darker, a dismembered victim of an angry mob who took her for a witch. While fun to think about, it also kinda fits the original, darker take that they were going for, don't you think? So Halloween Town residents, how are you feeling after all of this bone-chilling knowledge? While the final product would end up mixing everyone's input together in a stew of spooks and scares, there's no doubt that Burton ended up having the final say in many aspects of the franchise. Namely, as time passed, Disney realized how lucrative a sequel could be, only to be denied the chance by Burton, as their vision was to have it be computer animated instead of traditional stop motion. Oh Disney, we really wish you weren't so controlling. While fans are still clamoring for a true sequel to this classic, there's still technically one official property that may as well be a part 2, in spirit at least. We're talking about the 2004 video game Oogie's Revenge, whose developers personally consulted Tim Burton and art director Deanne Taylor for advice. Did you enjoy this deep dive into Halloween Town's nooks and crannies? What is your favorite trivia about Nightmare Before Christmas? It can be anything found within the movie itself or fun facts about its production and planning. Be sure to share your thoughts with us in the comment section and maybe mention some super obscure facts that you know. Remember to like the video and subscribe if you desire knowledge above all else. You make a world of difference to this bony rhinoceros. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.